dementia diagnosis does not mean that you are done. A dementia diagnosis does not mean that things are completely off the table for you. Hi everyone, my name is Leah Boston. I'm an estate planning attorney here in the state of Maryland and owner of Law Office of Leah Boston, LLC. I draft wills, trusts, and I talk about long-term life care planning with people like you. You've received a dementia diagnosis. What do you do next? Well, for starters, as an estate planning attorney, especially if this is a dementia diagnosis in the early stages, then that means that there is still time to create an estate plan. I recently made a post and I talked a little bit about the mental capacity that is needed to plan an estate. You definitely have to be of sound mind and with mental capacity in order to sign any sort of legal documents, especially in reference to any estate planning documents. There are things like a last will and testament, a trust document, powers of attorney, and those healthcare powers of attorney and additional documents as well. Absolutely, there can be no sort of signage of any of these documents, at least signing with validity. There can be no signing with validity if the mental capacity is gone. So I don't want you to think, or individuals think, that just because they have been diagnosed with dementia, then that means that they are incapable of creating an estate plan. If anything, being diagnosed with a dementia diagnosis is essentially a call to action, a time to really start to enforce and get these documents together, because you may or may not, or or you've been put on notice that in the near future or maybe later in the future that your mental capacity may be gone. It's really important for these documents because that means that you've already put something in place where if you are still living on this earth, but your mental capacity is gone, that you have gathered your trusted individuals, family, friends, financial advisors, legal advisors, professionals, etc. You have already named those persons. You have already put documents together, so if anything were to happen to you, those people can step in your place, step in your shoes, and keep your life going. This is also really important for dignity purposes. You definitely don't want to be an individual that has to go through a public or very pronounced guardianship proceeding because after your dementia diagnosis, you didn't move forward with planning who is going to care for your person and who is going to care for your finances in the event that you are unable to. Having a dementia diagnosis is essentially you being put on notice that at some point in time, your mental capacity is going to be temporarily gone or it may be permanently gone. So you need people that's going to be able to have access to your financial documents. You need people that are going to be able to take care of you and be in your best interest to ensure that your medicinal care is taken care of, your physical, emotional, your finances, etc. All of that is taken care of. And this is really done through the mechanism of estate planning. I don't want you to be afraid, and I don't want you to think that everything is over just because you have been an individual that has been diagnosed with some condition of dementia. If anything, it is a call to action to pick up the phone or go on the web and contact my office here in the state of Maryland if you are a Maryland resident to get started so we can put some parameters in place so you are cared for in the event that your memory is temporarily gone and or planning for that permanent memory loss. Estate planning is all about calling to action, moving forward, and having plans in place for preservation and also for dignified purposes. If you have any questions or if you want me to go deeper into this topic with planning for individuals with diminished capacity, I'm happy to talk about that further. Otherwise, if you would like to get started on your estate planning, please contact my office at www.leahbostonlaw.com and I'm happy to help get you started. See you in the next video.